Hi, this is Tanya, and this video I'm really excited about recording. I love Google Sites. I love the new Google Sites. I love the old Google Sites. I like the ability of being able to piece things together and connect them to either my Google Classroom or whatever other learning management system I'm using. So I really like the new Google Sites because of all the updates that they've done. All the interface looks really friendly and nice, and you can do some minimally difficult things with some code as well. So I'm excited about sharing this information with you. So in this video, I'm first going to go over the interface. There is another playlist in our NWET YouTube channel, and it's called Beginning Google Sites, I think, or it's all about very simple things within Google Sites, and even has an update with the brand new stuff that has been released. So if you get a chance, go over there and watch that video. And also subscribe so that anytime there is a new video that you can see that it's been updated, or new information is there for you, because tools change sometimes weekly. So the first thing I'm going to do is go over a quick overview over things. I probably will say more than I need to. I'm going to talk about some tips and tricks, some things that really bother me about some of the interfaces, and try to simplify it so you're more productive with the tool. And then I'm going to talk about some integration ideas associated with that. I really enjoy Google Sites, so let's get started with that. As always, there's two ways of getting to all of the applications, all the Google G Suite apps. So if I go to my checkerboard here, I can always go to anything that's specifically related to that app. Okay, so Google Sites is up here at the top. You can also, your district may be different. They may move them around a little bit. If I go to this one, this Google Sites, and this is also in the basic video, so I know I'm repeating some things. This is the old sites. Eventually this will all go away. New Google Sites is right here. So that is kind of the reason I like to go to just my drive, and then I navigate to the folder that I want, and I already have that folder open over here. So in my practice folder, I want to create a new. I have to go to more, and then Google Sites. And it'll take me directly to the brand new Google Sites. So if I hit create and share, it's because I've already shared some information in that folder with other people. So now it's going to open up the new sites. It's going to show the new interface. I don't have to worry about, am I in old sites, am I in new sites, because old sites aren't going to be supported anymore. At least that's what they told me. So as I hover around, you can see a bunch of things popping up. So here I can title the site. I can title it here. And then it also labeled it here as well. So there's a lot of different things that you can do. Since this is highlighted, I'll show you that. You can change your navigation to top or to side. You can make your colors different. I can do brand images. This is a new thing down here, is the announcement banner. So I can put a banner at the top, like for instance, during the pandemic or during a special close down or special sale, people will put a message up the top to draw attention to their people who come and visit their site. So you can put some information in there and have a redirect that's within the announcement banner as well. So looking across here, undo, redo, preview, so you can look at your website in different views. So phone, tablet, computer, large screen, and then when I get out of that that preview, I click the X. When I have stuff on here, I can publish the site, and it'll give me a link for that published site. And this is how I share this with others. And then the same way as all the other Google products, that I can make people editors, I can make people view only, published view, and then I also can make them the owner if I want. And then here's the link. It says anyone with the link can edit. Well, I probably want to change that, so I'll go through my settings and make sure that they don't change it, although this is just a practiced one. And this is a published site on NWET. Anyone at NWET can look at it, so I need to change that because I want everybody to be able to see it. So I'm done with that. And that might be a way that I always make that mistake when I'm publishing a site. I'm like, it's published. Well, it might be published, but then it's only published to people within your domain. You may need to go into that plus person there and change the links down at the bottom where it says publish site for public instead of just for your domain. The gear has all of our settings in it that I've shown you with the brand and the announcement. And then we have the more dots. You can see the version history. That is actually new within last couple months, I think, or at least I noticed it within the last couple months. I've used duplicate site before. I've had some things organized in the site. I duplicate it so that I don't have to retype those banners, retype those images or those themes or anything like that. I don't have to insert any of that stuff new in there. You also can take a tour automatically. Anytime you change something in your site, you need to hit publish. And when you do, it'll be like, well, we got to get a web address here. So I'm going to call it practice site. And then I'm going to hit publish. But anytime there's something new, I hit publish, it takes me to this view of this is what it was, this is what it's going to be. And then you'll have a page view on the other side. As I make changes, I'll show you that as well. The 3 tabs over here, insert is where you're going to insert anything, but also keep in mind I can double click and get the basic insert stuff. So images, anything from my drive, upload from my computer, and embed, which includes links and embed code. And I know I've shown you embed code in some of the other tools, so it functions the same way. Pages, this is where I can add pages. So I'm going to go ahead and add a page, and I'm going to call it homework. You do have an advanced option where you could custom path. You could tell it where you want it to be. Right now, I'm not that deep into my navigation that I need to do that. I can also go dot to these and create a sub page to that. So maybe I want homework videos. And so that's a sub page of that. And I could go a sub page of that. So you can continue to create different levels of your work. So homework, everything homework is going to be on there. Homework videos, homework readings. And that really wouldn't be off of this one. It would probably just be off of that one. So I'm going to grab that with my mouse and I'm going to just put it off of that one. So now they're equal to each other. Excuse me. So when I'm on a site, oh, let's finish the themes. So the themes, they're very simple. You can choose, just click on them. It's kind of like the Google Slides option where you click on it and it changes fonts, it changes the way things look. The theme will also alter the boxes and the options on these boxes on the side. So if I add let's do it this way, text, it changes the way these look. So if I go and change the theme, it changes the way, and even this. So I can do some emphasis, and that changes as I click on each of those. So every little aspect used to be called styles, CSS, so style sheets that you would customize to place on your websites. Well, it does it kind of all for you there. I'm sure there's probably some place out there that you can download some other themes or create some other things for that. Also, on the add logo, that was the whole reason I was doing that. You can upload a banner and you also can select something that's already built in for you by URL, Google image search, all that kind of stuff. So you could alter this in that way. So when I go to the insert menu, there are some really nice things that you can do besides the basics. So I already showed you text. I can insert an image. I can either upload or select. When it's select, you can do it from Google image search. let's just keep going with the llamas. And I'm going to choose this dude, which I think he's more of an alpaca. And then you can see as I click and hold, I can drag these things around. Now, this is occupying that whole space. So some of the tips and tricks that I wanted to show you is I can pull this over, grab that cheese grade. I call this thing up here a cheese grade. And then I can put my dude over there. Now, if you have something that's already made and I drag it on top, you can see the difference. This is going to be by itself. So text is going to be by itself. Here it's going to be sucked up to the picture and it alters it. So when I click on that, and anytime I move it, it's going to move it all together. I can click again, and now it's just going to move that. But you just have to see the little dots on top of it. So when I see here, it looks like all of it's selected. I click the cheese grade is moving the whole thing. If I click again, the dots are there, and now I can move that over by itself. So the image, very simple, upload or select. If I go upload, it's going to navigate to my computer, and I can grab it from there. So I have a URL that I want to embed, and I can either click over here on the embed, or I can double click and go to the embed over here. I'm going to paste IXL, and it shows what it's going to preview, what it's going to look like. I'm going to hit insert. So now it embeds a portion of the website banner and then a description of what it is. And all I put in was the URL. So any kind of embed code you would paste here, any URL you do here, and you can do YouTube videos by URL as well. So you can practice finding resources and pasting them in there. And the reason that I had issues in times past, it was because the website that I was trying to paste didn't have permission for allowing me to embed that. You can also get anything from your Google Drive, your shared drives, or shared with me. So you can access those and pop those in there. The layout options I don't usually use. I usually manipulate them like this, the way that I had shown you before, and grab them and drag them around. But you can add a layout so that it specifically fits to that. Now on my new page, on one of my other pages, if I want to move to another page, I'm going to click that page, and then I'm going to go back to my insert. I'm going to show you some of these things that they've added. The collapsible text. Webinar dates. And then down here, I'm going to have July 1st, July 2nd, July 3rd. Okay. And then when I preview it up here with my little monitors, you can see that it has webinar dates, and then you click on that and it expands. So I think that's a neat addition. That's just new to it. Table of contents is new as well. It goes up here at the top, and any text that I add down below, it will, if it is a heading, it'll add it to the table of contents at the top. I like this addition too, but you have to make it a heading. If it's normal text title, you have to make it a heading. So you can see that what it's going to do is create this bookmark or anchor, they've been called in the past. So when I click on this, it's going to take me down to 1, down to 2, and it will move me down in that way. So I can show you more of that towards the end. The next thing is an image carousel, which thank goodness that they did the image carousel. It used to be that you'd have to use a Google slide at the top, and it was hard to format the images and make them perfect. Now you can just put an image carousel anywhere. So all I have to do is upload an image, and you have to have at least 2 images to do it. I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to choose to, I'm going to select an image. That's the one I want to do. And I'm going to go to Google image search. Why not? Let's do the llama thing again. And I'm going to just select a couple of them here and insert. Let's see how this works for us. So I click insert again, And now when I go to view it with my little monitor there, my preview, I can view my images. I'm going to hit the X. And then I'm going to click on this dude again, and I'm going to go to the settings. And I can click up here to the settings and say, do I want to show the dots, show captions? I want it to auto start, and I want it to be, let's go medium, update. Let's see what that does. So I'm going to go to the preview mode. And when I move down here, oh, that medium is pretty fast. So I can move this wherever I like, just like any of the other components that I'm doing. So I can drop him up there. And then when I, whoops, sorry, I'm so used to it being an eyeball. So when I click on the monitor, then now he's up there and he moves around, which is perfect. That's the way I want it to be. You can still do a button, a divider, placeholder, YouTube. You can put all of the Google options in there. So besides inserting Google Drive options, you can also go directly to slide sheets, docs, forms, charts, all that kind of stuff. So that is Google Sites in a nutshell. The integration things is what I want to talk about next. Because there are so many options with the pages and the sub pages, you can do so many things with Google Sites. I like that just a basic resource page to connect to my Google Sites or my Google Classroom. So if I have a whole bunch of stuff in my Google Sites that I want the students to use, it can hold the materials in there, and I can put the link from my Google Classroom to my Google Site, and then the students can access those resources. But it also can do some other things besides teacher resources. It also can be for for an assignment for the students. It could be used as an assessment piece, so a summative assessment. If you want the students to explain a character or create a website for a character, they can put those on there, build it, have a structure. So they put like an introduction and a welcome to the person or the place or the thing, the idea, the time in history, whatever you're asking them to do, a book report, they put a welcome, and then the sub pages will be the subcategories of that. So it helps them work on main idea and then branching from that. I always have my students create a storyboard or an outline of what they want that to look like. And I actually have them do physical pictures of that. So the big picture is the main home page, and that's the splash page. I want it to say introduction, all these things that are going to happen, welcome, this is what you're going to learn from the site. And then the other pages are my headers, my main ideas, and then the sub ideas from there that'll kind of branch off of those. Some of the specific things that students can do is the electronic portfolios. Electronic portfolios have gotten more popular recently. People got excited about them about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe even a little bit longer, but now it's starting to become an idea for like capstone projects and district-wide projects. They start from kindergarten until they're seniors, and then when they graduate, they have this portfolio of things that they've done. So each page is a grade, and the sub pages of those grades are like art projects, certificates, math accomplishments, language arts accomplishments. So it's like this vita of things that you've done, this resume. The other thing that I like to use it for is to build relationships. And so you could have the students interview another student in the classroom, and then they create a website or a page, however you want the rubric to look, how many pages, how much information you want on that they create this wonderful representation of their friend that they interviewed or the person that they just met. You can also have them do it on themselves, so you can get to know the students. You can do your own, and this is a great way to make connections in the classroom. I love WebQuest. Google it if you haven't seen them. There are some out there still. WebQuest were 10 plus years ago that people were excited about them. So creating WebQuest is neat because you have this topic, this introduction, and this kind of scientific way of navigating through finding the answer or the solution to something. So the web quest is kind of this baby version of what project-based learning is. And I suggest using Google Sites for project-based learning as well. So it's really important that You help students organize and plan out their idea, give them a driving question. That's what project-based learning is, giving this driving question or problem that they have to navigate through, and then they create this Google site as the product or the production of their findings. So really wonderful way of utilizing Google Sites. So there are two last things that I promised I would show you. I have a whole bunch of things in here. I've even created more pages, more text, um, all of those things. So they are not in the published version. So if I would go to a published version of it out there, it would not show up any of these things. So I have to remember to hit publish, and it's going to show me draft, what it used to be, or currently published, what is out there, and what I have worked on. And it shows that I've added homework, something to homework, homework videos, and homework readings. So I'm just going to hit publish on all of those. And as soon as I'm done, it takes me back. And now when I copy the published link, I can't see some of these things in preview. I go out here and I paste it into a new tab. And now you can see all my navigation, all my videos. Well, there's not real videos there, but here's my outline. So when I click on 1, it takes me down to 1. When I click on 2, it takes me down to 2. And when I click on 3, it will take me all the way down to 3. So I wanted to show you how those would act out in the live web. And you can also see my lovely little video slideshow carousel up at the top. So that's Google Sites. You can see why I get so excited about it. There's so many things that you can do, and now with the updates, it's even better. The beginners playlist in NWOET's YouTube channel, you can go there and see some of these basic things. Or if you have any questions in regards to how to do something as you're navigating your plan for your website, you can email me at sanders@nwoet.org. I'd be happy to help you. See you in the next video.